Pretty soon I'm gonna be famous, a little more famous than you. Certain people will greet my name with a proud and mighty boo. And one glorious day my songs will be played at an airport Chili's too. Why yes, I'm gonna be famous. You can be famous too.
All right. Bet you didn't know you were on a podcast. Welcome to night 2, album number 2.
Very, very excited. What do you guys want? Is there anything we should talk about other than the guests that we're very excited about?
Yeah. Well, you know we're going to do an album front to back. But before that, all this week, like we're here for a week, these days, we're having an artist or a friend that was involved with us in the time of the record coming out to open the show. And we have the wonderful Andrew Horowitz with us today.
Right?
Yeah.
Right? So, from the sound of this, it seems like most of you guys know the band Tally Hall, probably. So if you don't know Tally Hall, first of all, the hell are you doing? Catch up with the rest of us. So Tally Hall was an amazing band that we got the chance to tour with back in 2010?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, but also like a very formative band for us. Ben, you introduced us to Tally Hall.
Yeah, we'll talk about this also when Andrew comes out here in a second. But I gave Andrew a demo CD. I went to one of their shows and I was like, I'm a really big fan, and handed it over, and it kind of worked because he's here now. He didn't respond to messages for about 12 years, but he's here now. No, the huge fan. They were one of the first bands that I heard, and I was like, wait, this is music that I want to make. It was really special. They're really special. Should we just have him out here?
Have him out here.
Yeah. Please give a big round of applause for Andrew Horowitz. I think that's you. Making his first public appearance in...
Hello.
4 years.
4
years.
Yeah.
He
My
doesn't
last
even go to the
show-
grocery store.
Yeah, I never
Yep.
do. Never do.
You can
I
tell them.
just
You
turn
can
off.
say hi and then.
Okay, I can't really. I can kind of see people, so that's good. I don't want to see people. It's a little nerve-wracking.
It's best not to look them in the eye.
My last show was 4 years ago in Ann Arbor. I opened for Guster.
Ooh, that's a good one.
We all have history with, and it was really fun. So yeah.
Was that also a podcast, or is it?
In my head, I don't know what that means, but yeah.
So also, for those of you guys, I know many of you know Tally Hall, but in addition, Andrew also has amazing solo stuff under Edu, which if you haven't heard, Sketches 3D, incredible record. You should really go check it out. And yeah, I think the last time I saw you live was back when you were like promoting that cassette, like back at Pete's Candy Store in 2015.
Yeah. So Tally Hall stopped touring, and then next thing I did was worked on a solo album, because that's what you do when you have nothing else going on, and did that, and then I played a bunch of shows at Pete's Candy Store, released it on cassette tape exclusively, because I felt like if people wanted to listen to it, they're gonna have to work for it. And I also have kind of like a soft voice thing, and I felt like it was just a lot more intimate to put headphones on and your old cassette player and get into the weeds.
That's good marketing.
Yeah. You should release your next album only on tape cassette.
Yeah.
Or 8-track is coming back a little bit.
Really?
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
No, it really is, I think.
How many of you have that? 3. You're all standing next to
Okay.
each other too, which is.
Does anyone have we sell mini discs now. And how many people have a mini disc? Clap if you do. Okay, so you got a couple people. Whatever. People have bought them. They're sold out.
Wow.
I didn't think we'd be clapping for mini disc tonight. That's really
But
nice.
here we are.
We're going back.
And speaking of Pete's Candy Store, we've also had the privilege of being neighbors in East Williamsburg. Me,
That is
you,
true.
Tommy. There was a good crew for
Yeah.
a while there, wasn't there?
What happened?
COVID.
COVID happened. COVID happened and every musician got out of New York.
We all scattered like dust in the wind.
Yeah.
I will say one of the if you don't know like the trajectory of Tally Hall, and I'm gonna let you sort of fill in the gaps. Like when I was in college, you guys were a couple years older. You were touring. You were like the biggest band in the world to me at that time.
And only you, maybe.
It was, and it's true. And because I went to this show and I was like, it's gonna be packed. It was like a rainy Tuesday night, and you guys were opening for a band called Zox.
And one of the members of Zox is here tonight.
Get out!
Yeah, Dan Edinburgh somewhere.
Yes.
Zox!
Zox.
That's awesome.
Oh, it's just the drummer.
That was good. That was really good.
I like that.
That's really
We'll
good.
go with it.
Anyway, yeah, I snuck back. I think it was in DC, and I snuck backstage and cornered you and handed you my solo album.
You did.
And mostly when they're usually terrible, and you were very nice about it.
So we loved listening to submissions when we were like, you're in a van a long time when you're on the
Submissions.
submissions. Very official.
I thought he was going to say Jukebox the Ghost.
Because like when someone hands you a CD, they're like, "This is good," and I believe in it. Like otherwise, why would you do it? So we're always like, "Who is this person? This is curious." Like, and someone put effort into it most of the time, and
But also when they don't put effort into it, that's also a delight.
also great.
Keep handing CDs
Yeah.
over.
So I love them. I don't know if everyone loved them, but I always put them on. If I was driving, we were listening to demo CDs, and I think you were one of the only ones that was really, really, really great.
Thanks, man. That's great.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Well, you know what's funny? I knew you gave him one. I didn't know he actually listened to it.
Yep.
Yeah, there are two. The only other band guy I ever gave it to was Ben Folds when we opened for him at GW.
Amazing.
And I watched him go, "Thanks, man," and hand it to his tour manager, and I was like, he never fucking listened to that thing.
Here, you throw this out.
Yeah, exactly.
No, I enjoyed it.
Jesse, you look like you have a question pulled up here.
Oh, sure. Shall we ask Andrew some questions?
Yes.
All right, let's do this. What was voting like in a band of five? Was it a democracy?
Hypothetically, yes. we made up games like a pull, where you would put your hand in and pull out, and whatever number. I don't remember exactly how it works. It's very complicated, but it usually worked itself out. So
This is a complicated thing we do.
Wait, so instead of just being like, "Do you want to do this?" you'd be like, "We have to get in a huddle and put our hand."
well, if it was like something that we weren't really sure on, like what restaurant are we going to tonight? Are we going here or there?
The big stuff.
The big stuff.
It's nice to have an odd number of band members because that way there's never.
Yeah.
You don't run
Definitely
into that.
not.
It's like TGI Fridays or Ruby Tuesdays.
You guys
Let's
can
go.
relate to this.
Yes.
All right, what's that?
Nothing. Go ahead.
Okay, great. I'm going to keep firing these off because we're going to get to Andrew's music as well.
This is true. Yeah.
Do you miss touring, and why not?
I do miss touring. I was doing some shows not as not with my music, but right before the pandemic, I was playing in an '80s band as a sub.
Whoa.
Called Scandal, and with Patti Smythe, and it was really fun. It was like amphitheaters and big keyboard solos, and I was weekend flyouts. Didn't have to bring equipment. It was great. It was a
I
dream.
pictured like my brain went to keyboard player in an 80s band, just like one finger. That's it.
It was
That's all you
super
need.
complicated. It was actually really difficult parts. No, but I do miss touring. It's a good time. And then until it isn't, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But this is great. We're all having a good time. Don't worry about it at all.
Now we can skip this, but I was gonna ask if you have a tour horror story, aka a tour horror story.
Touror Stories.
It's a segment on the pod.
And we do not have the music queued up, so it's,
No.
we're going to do it in post. It's fine.
Touror Stories. You're on an endless highway heading into Ohio. You hear the chilling whisper of Ira Glass on the radio.
We have stories today about unpredictable kinds of things that can happen.
It's 3 hours past midnight. You shiver as you realize your fate. On this never-ending tour, there's no exit. And you regret the slimy, scary, hairy, greasy, pre-wrapped truck stop sausage biscuit thing you ate.
Touror Stories.
We can stay positive.
Unless you have one.
I had a couple that came out. One was like, breaking down and get it. One time in Boston, we got on stage right when they were like, the lights went down and literally we like came in the back and through the other band's equipment was on stage and like this, it was a disaster. That was a great story. The other one that came to mind was with Speak, where I'm not going to get into. We all toured together, right?
Yeah, the band Speak. Great band.
Yeah, in Caseyville, Illinois, we almost all got arrested and didn't make the next show. That was a horror story.
I hate when that happens.
Wait, what happened?
Yeah, it was just like
Can you say why?
debauchery.
Really?
Overall, yeah. It was typical tour stuff. Nothing crazy.
So
Yeah, we almost get arrested all the time too.
Yeah.
Well, this is kind of like a zoom out question, but I mean, for people who don't know, there's kind of like, it's almost like Tally Hall had like 2 waves of fandom. So, we were on for the first wave, and since they've been inactive, there's been an entirely new generation of people who probably most of them were toddlers when
Unborn.
when the
ideas.
when the records came out.
Sorry, mistakes is what I was thinking.
I've thought about and it's gotten so much bigger than it was when you guys were an active band. And I've thought about my own reasons of why that could be, but I was curious what you thought it was about the music that's given it like a second wind.
We talked about this a little bit backstage, but I think it has a lot to do with the internet. Like, we were such a small, like, our biggest hit at, like, the thing that put us on the map to begin with was this site called Albino Black Sheep, which was some, like, weird flash site that none of us knew about. And all of a sudden, one day we started getting fan mail, and we're like, oh, what is this? And then MySpace and so on,
Just MySpace.
stuff happened.
Why are you a famous band now? MySpace.
Yeah. But yeah, it's easy for people to connect and find a community. And I think because of where we're at, a lot of people have been able to find our music easily.
Well, and I think you guys were also like really ahead of your time because, every band now is expected to be a comedy troupe and content creators and all of these other things. And you guys were doing that before anybody else that I knew of was.
I remember you because when we were touring together and getting to know you, you were signed to Atlantic Records, and they had you do a TV show. And I remember thinking, like, I didn't know we were supposed to ask for that.
No, well, we told them we were going to do a TV show,
makes more
and
sense.
they should pay for it. Because we thought it was important to create a universe and get people to know us, rather than just, like, from the start, we're never like, we're just going to go up on jeans and T-shirts and play music. We want to take this seriously and present ourselves in a certain way. So
It's sketch comedy.
it makes sketch comedy. Well, the sketch comedy is like Joe was doing that and Rob was doing that, and it just kind of it came into our universe because it started having some success, and we made it a big priority in our journey.
Yeah.
Your content back in the day, it was hilarious, but it is so obvious that you did take it seriously. You put so much sweat into that. But
Definitely.
it's freaking hilarious.
But we went off. I mean, the OGs are the Beatles, right? They did all sorts of stuff.
That's true.
I've been meaning to check those guys out.
Yeah. So yeah, I think we wanted to be the Beatles. That was what it came down to.
Speaking of major label life, we're waiting for them to call. What's that like? I mean,
You've been on a few labels.
We have, but Jesse actually doesn't know how any of it works. So.
Well, it doesn't work.
Yeah, fair play.
So that's the thing.
I'm a drummer, major, minor, it's all.
Wait. I think he thinks that labels are keys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's about 12 of them, 8 of them.
Oh, notes.
Oh yeah, because the sharp, the flats, and the.
That's a key signature. This is awesome.
So
I think okay, I'm gonna go back to serious, but
Okay, yeah.
was the major label when we were signing with the major label? Our manager was like, "Listen, this is a bank. That is it. They're not your friends. They will not help you. They are a bank." And we were all like, "No, these people are our friends, and they believe in us, and they want us to do great." And at the end of the day, like looking back, he was completely right. That is exactly. It's a financial transaction.
Yep.
So you don't want to
So
be on a
follow your
major label.
dreams, kids. Get signed to a major label.
That is not the dream.
And then 20 years later, you could be the biggest band on earth.
Yeah.
Well, it is cool though. Like those two records, like they were very unusual at that time, like sonically and genre wise. And I think that's part of also like what has enabled them to like live forever, because it's just like timeless, unique music and great songwriting. So related to that, I have another question. I'm a huge fan of Sketches 3D, your solo record.
Thank you.
When can we expect another Edu record?
I don't have an answer for that. It's been a journey. I haven't like stopped making music all these years. I've made tons of stuff. But yeah, hopefully in the next couple of years, I have tons of songs that are half finished, a couple of which I'll play tonight that are half finished. And I have songs that are finished that hopefully I'll put out.
Will you play finished songs tonight, or?
I will see as I go. Like,
Okay, cool.
if I don't like a lyric, I'm gonna mumble it,
Great.
which I do half the time anyway. So
Same.
great.
if you need help, I can't find my pen. I was gonna just write lyrics for you
Okay.
because
I scattered lyrics all over the stage. By the way, I've never done that, but
That's
I'm
right. Last night, Seth Callan, who you know well, our
Yeah.
manager, we had to talk him out of using music stands across the front of the stage, which would have blocked him completely.
That would have been a better idea for this. Is not going to work.
I don't know. This is stressing me out, dude. This is like
I don't even know where to start with this.
Do we have any other brain busters, or should we let this man play some lovely tunes?
I think we should probably let this man play some music.
Yeah,
Right?
Thanks.
All right.
Okay. I need a second, and I'm so excited to have a guest with me tonight who hasn't played on a stage in 12 years. We figured out or something.
Oh.
Bora Karaja.
Yeah.
And he's gonna come out in a second, and we'll make some noise.
We'll get out of here. That's great.
Thank
Thank
you
you all so
guys.
much.
Thanks for
Andrew
having me.
Horowitz.
Love you, buddy.
thanks, Andrew.
One second of a smile to go that extra mile to make me feel today, to make it go away. The chemistry is gone, taken for take me for a ride, far away from you, alone and left inside. Miss Melody had a dream that she had everything she wanted right in front of her. Except for hot tea, 'cause she knows that every time it burns her mouth and she is left without a mouth. And I'm delighted to join her in smiles that adorn her in this reality. And if I'm delighted to join her in smiles, lyrics are not my strong point, guys. Miss Melody had a cloud that she kept inside a box until it wandered off and never came around again. And his memory planted flowers grew until the house was just a home for all the colors of the pretty flowers. And when one looks in her eyes, one is never surprised that she always understands the moment. And if you're dying to meet her, don't die almost certain with her you'll get along. On Saturday, she dreams parade, and all around the people rave. It's what they want to celebrate. A chance to go from good to great. At Sunday brunch, they speak her name. Their conscious minds won't be the same. While in her home, she knits a chair and uses it to knit a bear. And oh my God, she's lost control. The bear grew up and wants her soul. She tries to run, but where to go? Her home is here, it's all she knows. Miss Melody has a hat that she puts on to make herself invisible. Can you see her? No, you can't. She casted a spell, but it goes away. It's for a very happy day. Miss Melody stopped appearing on a Monday. Thank you. Okay, I have 2 more songs. Thanks so much to Jukebox the Ghost for having me. So I haven't. This show is like a terrifying idea because I haven't played live in forever, and when you're not in the thing, then it's just like it's a whole different mindset you have to get into. So it's a little rough, but I really appreciate you listening. Bora Karaja, all the way from Detroit, Michigan.
This guy right here, Andrew Horowitz.
So this next song is another new one. Yeah, I'll just, whatever. When you're feeling blue, can't put on your shoes, someone will be there because they love you. If you're on the mend and just need a friend, someone will be there to care about you. And you might not see it, but it's all around. And you might not hear it, it gets lost and found. But you feel it, it lives in the air that's in you. Words won't come out, and you just wanna shout. Someone will be there to listen and love you. So keep your chin up. You're more than enough. All of us here, they secretly love you. And you might not see it, but it's all around. And you might not hear it, it gets lost and found. But you feel it. It lives in the air that's in you. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. Because I love you. Thank you. I'm gonna end with an old Tally Hall track. Thanks so much for listening. I do have Sketches has been sold out forever, but I have some CDs downstairs. And yes, that's it. One more song. There's lots of pretty people here sharing sultries and passing letters, and there's lots of questions answered and metaphysical, astronomical songs words printed all on papers that seem too mystical. It's so magical. People that dance and copy that no one's better than you. There's kings in distant cities who rule their persons and make them happy, and we won't forget about the serviceory, congratulatory. Even the animals know that something's brewing and they're all cooing. 'Cause in the end I'd like to say no one's better than you. I hope you're happy now. I've revealed the truth. I've even written this whole song about you, and not about me, and not about me. Please don't just laugh and clap right now. This is serious, not delirious. I've waited very patiently just to let you know who should run the show. Cause we all know these are the facts, nothing to retract, nothing to abstract. Including in the song, they'll say no one's better than you. No one's better than you. No one's better than you.
Pretty soon I'm gonna be famous, a little more famous than you. Why, yes, I'm gonna be famous, and you can be famous too.